Ooty to Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. The long way round. The very long way round. We left Maple View at 7 o'clock this morning and it was bitterly cold. The sun may have been shining, but there was no warmth to it whatsoever. The greenery was beautiful and the roads were nice and quiet, but the wind chill bit through the bones. There were ferns growing and very British looking plants along the side of the road, but we could only do about 25 kilometers an hour because, as I said, the wind chill was too much. Views were amazing, but the wind was blowing up from the lowlands, and even though it looked gloriously sunny, as I said, it was cold. We got to the road where we wanted to turn, but was told it was a one-way system, so we had to go a different way. The new way added a bit of time to our journey, but it was still rather pretty, so we happily carried on. We saw some wild boar. A mother and 3 little ones were feasting away on a pile of discarded coconuts, so we left them on the far side of the road and continued on. We went through more little villages with more eucalyptus trees, and I can see why they call this place the Scotland of India, because it really is quite highland looking. We literally stopped every 20 minutes just to get some circulation back in our bodies. And then we started coming down into the plains. We passed some cyclists on a U-bend, actually cycling back up the hill towards Ooty. Braver people than I am. So then we came through this eucalyptus forest, and I must admit I did take rather a lot of photographs because the colours are breathtaking. The smell was amazing, totally cleared the sinuses, and the height of these things is amazing. Beautiful reds and oranges in the bark. I mean, look at that. With the sun coming through, it was beautiful. So we came all the way down from the highlands down into the lowlands, more photographs of trees, and if I wasn't taking photographs of trees, I was taking photographs of leaves. Because every time the wind blew, it was like being rained upon with confetti. I mean, they really are so pretty. So today we have been through rather a lot of safari parks, and we've seen wildlife. Peter spotted 6 elephants in total. I can't quite remember which order they went in, but we've done the tiger reserve, we've done the wildlife sanctuary, and we've seen so many different animals. Now these are all from the internet, so you'll have to bear with me. We have seen deer, we saw lots of deer. Now I'm very good at spotting deer, considering they're supposed to be camouflaged. And Peter spotted 6 elephants that I managed not to see, but then he pointed them out, so I found them. We stopped off at the far side of the 2 reserves and had something to eat because it was 1 o'clock, and we sat there for an hour while it cooled down. We then came through Wayanad Forestry Sanctuary, which when it's green, it probably looks like this, but at this time of year, it looks more like this. But it was still an amazing ride. We arrived at our room. It's called Green Aura. It's absolutely lovely. We have a room with a private pool. This is our private pool beneath our room. Unfortunately, the private pool is rather cold, so we ended up swimming in the big pool. But as there's only one other customer here, it's still a sort of private pool. Again, views from the balcony are really lovely. It's so quiet here, beautiful gardens. It has its own wildlife. Look, I found real wildlife. Didn't need Peter to help me spot this lot. So running back and forth. So leaving the wildlife to do its own thing, we had an hour in the pool before retiring back to our room, ordering some food. We watched the sunset and then decided we'd have an early night. Good night all. Canna tomorrow.